We sailed down into the camp as the sun was setting. It shone off the spirit wings of the osprey as they curled up on either side of us. I found it impossible not to be impressed by how beautiful and magical those wings were. Even harder not to be curious if anything like that would ever be possible for me, when what had hatched in me was a furious cloud of bees. I fought those thoughts. I needed to remember that this world was against me, and that they were a threat to everything I loved. This was not my home, and it never could be. These were not my friends, and they never would be. Not even Osprey, or whatever he called himself. Even if I mastered this new, strange magic and found a way to use it against the winged empire, to carve out freedom from them like a quarryman carving rock, even then, I would only be proving how much of an enemy to them I was, and I wasn't planning to stick around long enough to do that. They laid their camp next to the great forbidding bridge that spanned the chasm over Snipe Snake Canyon. I'd traveled over it, but I'd never seen it from the air before, never seen how the breathtaking white bridge spanned over the canyon with flawless grace, the sides arching up as if they were wings of a great white heron. But they were not designed to look like wings as everything from the Empire was. They were from the time before, when the forbidding crawled across all this land and a mysterious and elusive people had built such magnificent structures. And, like everything they had created, this was a bridge of snakes and winding roots, of vines and flowers and lurking asps. Someone had taken the better half of their adulthood carving these winding patterns into the ribs and floor of the bridge, marking it forever as a part of a civilization long vanished. "Snakes everywhere," Osprey muttered. "Why does this land love snakes so much?" "We don't," I replied. But my voice sounded foreign to me, like it did the morning after my mother died when I spent the night crying. "We found them here. Everywhere. Whoever lived here before the forbidding took this land carved everything with snakes. Every bridge, every rock, every cliff face. They were obsessed with them. My father said that when he landed here with the first ship to bring settlers, there were snakes on the rocks in the cove. Maybe that's why the land writhes the way it does." "The forbidding isn't a snake," I said scornfully. "If it was only a snake, it could be destroyed for good." "Does anyone know what it is? I checked the Imperial libraries before we left for Fawstones. Scholars, it seems, had little to say about the matter. All I found were a few dispatches detailing the settling of Fawstones 30 years ago. Nothing about the origin of the strange magic here. Nothing about how to deal with it." "Like most things, you have to deal with it as it comes," I said shortly. If he didn't know how to fight the forbidding, then that wasn't my problem. I had to keep my eyes out for what was my problem. Escape. The great spirit osprey spiraled twice around the encampment,